Oh yeah, recording now.
A
Okay.
few other guys as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Wade I think killed the heavier weight.
Yeah.
Was that a super fight?
No, I think it was a bracket, but I think he ran through like.
Yeah.
all
Did he
the
win
people.
it?
Pretty sure.
Seems like a good coach, eh? I see some of
He's
his
put
Wait,
some
he had a
pretty
few
cool
other Portal people I think fighting.
Yeah.
On that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because Kelty and
Kelton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Caleb. Yeah.
And
Two.
this-
I think 2 flying arm bars or
yeah,
something.
and he's young as well.
17. Yeah, super athletic.
No.
I think his sister is like some super high level sprinter or something. So
Oh
like,
yeah, so it's from
the
a-
genes
yeah.
are good.
Yeah.
I rolled with him.
Yeah.
Right, he was actually, I was like, this kid, he's like literally 17 young, and I was like, bro, this kid is nuts, eh? Like, freaking so good.
Very athletic.
I think
yeah,
he could
scrapper.
be something that, like,
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too,
Yeah.
for sure.
Is he big as well? He's like mid.
Lanky.
Oh, yeah,
Lanky.
he's filling out. He can
Yeah,
fill
yeah,
out,
yeah.
still young. And
Yeah.
he's like doing jumping arm bars, so he tapped out Kelton, and he also tapped out McKelty.
Yeah, he tapped out Kelton 2 arm bars.
Yeah.
Flying arm bar, pulled out, and then Troy bar
Yeah.
for at least one of them. And then McKelty hit I think it was a AQ lock.
Yeah, hit a Killock and
Yeah,
McKelty. The kid's a weapon.
Kid is a weapon.
Trains
Yeah,
out of where?
neighborhood. So with Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Nice.
big shout out to him.
Yeah.
Killing it.
And then what else has been happening?
You had European trials.
Yeah.
European trials.
Heisen Reed over 99, under 99.
I think just killed everyone. Yeah.
Who was it?
Where?
Under 99 again?
Flanagan.
Yeah, Flanagan.
Flanagan.
Urish got 3 in. He got 3 and he got to quarters.
Yeah, the guy who got second beat Yorosh in overtime with
Yeah,
that takedown.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Heisen been? Where is he training at? He's not a beat.
He's always
Has he
moving
been-
around.
I think he's been traveling, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember first seeing Heisen when he popped up at Kappa Diem. And in Japan when Flo was going to Kappa Diem.
He did
in
a
Tokyo.
couple of quintets.
Yeah, the quintets where he
Yeah,
made a
Kill,
breakout.
yeah, toe holded a
Yeah,
bunch
he
of
ran
people.
through Tiger Muay Thai.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Gio Martinez.
Oh, that's a
guillotine
guillotine
him.
dude. Yeah.
It's like
Avenge your brother's loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your brother.
That was pretty sick. Good
That
high
was
risk.
crazy.
Good high risk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it was the trials, yeah. So you had a Flanagan
99.
88.
was
Who won
88?
88? I know 77.
Yeah,
was
Taylor
the Russian
Pearman
guy.
loss.
You had the Russian guy from.
Oh, 88 was Faris versus the Turkish dude.
Oh, Faris won?
Yeah, Faris lost to the Turkish guy. Yeah.
Oh, what? The Turkish guy? Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
That's cool.
A lot of people were, because it went to decision, a lot of people argued that Faris won, at least in the comments I saw, but I thought the Turkish dude won. Yeah.
That's another thing I wonder as well for the Oceania and Asia invites because Isaac doing 77, Kenta got second. Will they give it to the guy who got second? They didn't give the other spot because then, if that's the case, Kenta has to do people. If you get the second place guy,
Yeah.
you have to do the trials again. If not,
Yeah, because what if
Okay.
Kenta does it again and then wins that and then so then
there's
there'd
a
only be
second-
one
Yeah,
winner.
this is another thing as
Yeah.
well. Because I remember throughout the history, you would have half the bracket was invited, half the bracket
Yeah.
qualified.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there were times where guys who got invited would change their mind all the time, and then it would suck for the guys particularly in this part of this region of the world because that 2019 ADCC we only had one person from each division in Australia, not two.
Yeah, yeah.
Not two, or not Australia, but from this region we only
No.
had two.
Was that 66 Kento?
You had 66 Kento, you had Ben, you had Lachlan, and you had Craig, and you had Schwart.
Yeah.
But you only had half. But you only had you only had
Or was it Kyle Locker, the grappling education dude?
Callis.
Yeah, Callis.
Yes, it was Callis. Yes,
Yeah, because
it was.
Craig was already.
No, that's
yeah.
what Spriggs did. Callis. Yeah, he guillotined him. I remember that.
He's got a good guillotine. Tim
yeah,
Spriggs.
yeah. He dropped off the map as well.
Yeah, I think he beat Kynan in that BJJ Fanax
Yeah.
one for 50K, and then he did.
And then he did
Yeah, and then he didn't fight Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Craig had
Craig had already beat him at a
GR.
grappling.
Yeah. We could have went more on that.
Yeah, we could have asked Ben about that.
I
Yeah.
got the list, yeah. So under 99 O'Flanagan, and I think O'Flanagan competed a division up because Faris,
Yeah.
And then under 88 Marlon
Yeah, the Turkish.
Tashik, yeah. Under 77 Nicola Vetro,
Yeah, he
Yeah,
beat
trains out of
Peelman.
Phuket
Oh,
Grappling
wow.
Academy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ben Royal's gym.
and then under 66 Yajit Hanna.
Another
Turkish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
that's what it says,
the
Turkish.
oil wrestlers coming through, bro.
Damn, man.
With the oil chest, checking the oil. It's like, come on, boys.
These Turkish guys.
Well, Flanagan's been killing it. You've trained with O'Flanagan before.
Yeah, just that time I was in London.
Yeah.
That's like years ago, bro. Like, he killed us. He killed Kauti and I. The story keeps coming up.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Ben, that's what we should have asked Ben as well, because
Yeah.
he trained a bit with O'Flanagan.
That would have been
Who,
interesting.
yeah, he told me a lot of things. I was like, oh, wow, yeah.
Well, isn't the history of O'Flanagan? Didn't he
fought
versus
Skinner.
Jeremy Skinner?
Yeah, he got
Jeremy
leg locked by
Skinner,
Jeremy Skinner
Yeah.
when he was super skinny.
Yeah.
77, yeah.
Yeah. On a
Polaris.
Polaris.
Yeah, Jeremy did Camille Will with the Aoki lock,
Mm-mm.
and then he did a Flanagan after.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then O'Flanagan just started what? What was
Through
it?
COVID, bro, just grinded out mean. Like,
Yeah.
he did Ross Nichols after that, and then he did.
He won
won it-
trials for 2022.
Yeah,
I think he heel hooked everyone.
Yeah.
And then he had a big breakout against
he did Sanjay and Mason Fowler.
Yeah, Mason Fowler.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Mason
yeah.
Fowler got a negative for kicking him.
Kicking
Yeah,
him,
So
yeah.
then he actually engaged, and then Flanagan got a good. It was actually a shootout. They were both going for the outside heel hook, and
Yeah.
Flanagan
Reverse
came
figure
out.
four, was
Yeah,
that
reverse figure four, and he came out ahead.
And then he versed what was it? Wagner.
Yes, he broke. I think he
No,
broke
that was
Wagner.
when Giancarlo.
Oh yeah, reverse corkscrew toe hold.
Yeah.
Corkscrew toe hold.
Yeah.
I was surprised he tapped to that. I would have
Yeah.
hated it because like he could get on his legs.
Yeah.
Well, he strapped the injured leg. So I think whenever you
And then
Wagner
yeah,
attacked
toe
that.
holded
Yeah.
it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for anyone in
Smart
comp,
man.
if you're gonna
Smart man.
strap both, or either strap the unaffected aside. Yeah. So therefore,
Put some menthol cream on it.
menthol cream. Yeah. Kiss it better. Yeah. Or
Just
come to
put some
physio.
so when they go to grab it.
I miss this.
Yeah,
I miss
no,
this dynamic on the podcast. Eh? The trio's
Yeah,
back.
we had to just schedule in a time, but it's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. But we're gonna try to do once a month. Yeah.
Once a
Once
month
a month we can
always.
do that on a Saturday.
Life's getting busy for people.
Yeah.
You realize it can't just be grappling.
Yeah, true.
But no, Flanagan's been killing it, and he also beat Declan Moody.
Yeah, he
heel hooked him.
We're watching
And
his
Kennard,
match with
Lucas
Jontis's
Donatus Gracie.
yeah.
Grapple
That, yeah, that
yeah.
Polaris was interesting when the Europe and then Asia.
They're very interesting. They're very
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah.
Because yeah, that's the one I wanted to see Kennard versus what is it, Flanagan. Surprised
and
if
I
Flanagan
wanted to see
got him
Kennard
too.
versus Shinsky.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
But it never works out.
That's a real like clash of the
Yeah.
But it never works out the way that you think it's going to work out. Like, there are a few Taylor versus
Usually just
Lucas.
kind of balances out, and then
Taylor versus Lucas. And Lucas did hit a heel hook on him from recollection, but it's a lot
it was
of
like a Z-lock or something.
Yeah, but there's a lot of just stalemates and things that don't occur.
Also, it'd be hard. Like, let's say you do 2 matches, you're gassed, and
Yeah.
you got like some fucking killer coming up,
Yeah.
trying to take your legs.
Well, see, that's the thing with like even tournament format and team format. Like you can see it's interesting, like the way that the approach has to be applied now.
Yeah.
Like a super fight, you can put it all in.
But it seems like what's been happening, at least Flanagan's been hitting it a bit more, heel hooks from the top. Passing and then entering heel hooks from the top.
Kolabate does that really well.
But like just that common dilemma, attacking the guard player
Yeah.
now, attacking as opposed to the mindset passing.
Yeah. And then going.
And then they're a bit afraid to play guard and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's a good throw.
But yeah, he's been killing it. Who else?
Oh, good super fight coming up. Josh Law versus Robert
Rob
Hastings.
Hastings.
Subversion.
That's gonna be
I'm very interested in that
both
one.
Both guards are sick. I can see.
They fought back in the day at white belt and at blue belt.
I can see like if Josh pulls and the guard pull, that can be mean. And
A double guard pull?
Yeah, and seeing the pass it has because I know Rob can pass mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know that, and we'll see that approach of like how the guard plays, or for Josh chooses to stand as well. Like both of those things.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I want to be looking
I don't
for.
think both of them are going to choose to stand, bro. But
Not gonna be right.
$50 on a double guard pull. $50 on a double guard pull.
No, I reckon Rob will just accept top
Yeah,
and just probably
okay,
just
okay,
try and
okay,
pass
okay,
from there.
okay.
And trust in their ability to
Yeah.
problem solve with the guard.
Yeah. But
Wait, I wonder how long the match will be. Because I think shorter match favor Josh, maybe longer match
True.
Yeah.
generally
True.
favors the person on
Yeah,
top.
I was gonna who else is on that card as well?
That's subversion.
No,
Oh no, you got Matthias
Josh.
Gabriel versus
Oh yeah, Ari
that's what-
Tabak.
and the
that's
gi.
a that's a great
And the
one.
That'd be
gi.
a good one.
That's
I-
good. Is it in the gi? Either way, that's a
I think it's
still
in the
good.
gi.
Wait, either way, it's a good match.
2-time world champ. Yeah, Gabriel Alges,
No, Matthias Gabriel.
Mateus Gabriel. Okay.
Gabriel Alges is Gracie Barra, bro. That's like that. He's
Yeah, I'm
what's
mixing up my
Gabriel Alges? What's Gabriel Alges doing at the moment?
I'm mixing up on my fucking Brazilian names. Yeah.
But yeah, because he was Checkmate. Yeah, Matthias Gabriel. Because I remember didn't he beat Masaki last year? He beat Masaki last year.
Yeah, he
Do you remember he
did.
did?
Yeah.
Masaki couldn't score on him and take him down. He'd scored on Masaki.
And Murasaki just had a really good armbar against Andy Varela on
Yeah.
UFC BJJ. That was
bad.
super
Yeah.
slick.
What was it?
I've been doing that more like instead of going omoplata, just going belly down on the
Like-
armbar with the shin over the back of the head.
to frame
Yeah.
away to extend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with omoplata. It's like, do you attack the shotgun armbar from there? Just
Nah.
if you can cup the elbow really well and trap the wrist.
Maybe
then
if
that-
I'm like in a clamp position.
But that's
yeah.
where that helps with now because you can track the movement of the head and then as they go, like you can extend yourself away to invert
Yeah,
with it
yeah.
and then still have the shotgun grip. But it's like the race of you're turning your hips before they can adjust their shoulders.
Yeah, yeah.
I was teaching it the other day to Seb, like, because he was wanting to know about clamp guard.
Yeah.
And I was saying also when you get really good at this, you know, you can start looking to like,
Jerry Miskinner's got a super mean.
yeah, he hit it on Tallison.
Yeah, he popped him bad.
Yeah, that and the Aoki lock or the straight out.
Towson just ate it.
Yeah, his height, he did an example.
And
was
Towson
high-
had really good body lock passing.
It was high tripod as well.
Yeah,
Did you
high
notice?
tripod.
He was the
And a
first
good
one,
head
I
wedge.
feel like.
Yeah.
And a really good head wedge, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing I felt actually training with Coco at the time, like just after the first lockdown. Do you remember, Steve, when I first met you?
Yeah.
Coco was actually, he had a really good head wedge. His use
Yeah.
was mint. I noticed the passing style and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then when I started using it, I was like, oh, it's the shit that was happening to me then.
Yeah, I've been trying to use more body lock passing as well.
Ari Tabak and Matthias Gabriel are the only good ones on that.
Yeah, no
Rob
other good ones?
Hastings,
There's Rob Hastings
and
there.
Josh La. That's a
Josh,
good.
Oh, Alsop,
yeah, verse, I don't know.
a Brazilian.
Yeah,
There's a look.
Brazilian.
Ooh, Will Diaz.
What's up,
Will
Will
Diaz.
Diaz, yeah,
That's
okay.
actually.
Oh,
that's
that's
actually
actually- that's a good match.
Take that back, Stephen.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
actually
I
a
don't
good
know
card.
too much about Will Diaz. Yeah.
Will's
He's got
pretty mean.
he's got at least second in trials. I know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
second at trials. He's
beaten
he's
quite a
beaten
few-
Kit Dale. Well,
Yeah,
he's
he's beaten a
beaten
lot of
Kit
good
Who do you
Dale.
think gets that then?
I think Josh now.
Yeah.
Will's still like from a previous generation. Like he's like around Urash's age. He's beaten guys like Tommy Langek and stuff though.
Yeah, okay.
Abu Dhabi
Big
world
wins.
champion. Like
Big
pro
wins.
world champion, yeah. Very like yeah.
Yeah,
Even
it's
Nick
just
has like stuff to say about him. Like
Yeah.
do you guys remember Priscus? Has that guy Priscus Froganolo?
No.
He's a Greek dude, Greek heritage down in Tasmania. But he was like a high level judoka, came over to like jiu-jitsu and grappling and stuff like that, you know. He was telling me it's like Will Diaz like broke his own ankle like trying to triangle me. He still won and just didn't care. He's just like yeah, stuff like that. That's another name as well because he's had a few matches with Pasha. He's had wins over Pasha. Pasha's had wins over him.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Back
We've
in
had
the
back
day.
and forths. Yeah,
Not too bad. So
but
that's subversion for the
Yeah.
MMA.
yeah.
What?
Got
But that's what I was talking about. Like Will Diaz and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things. Because even Nick said stuff about Will. Like he, one of the first guys to just properly beat like Kit Dale. Like properly beat Kit. Like really just like just beat him on points, but like just technically like just better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that was the first time. Like you know, yeah.
Damn, respect.
But yeah, Will's been around for a while. That's what I'm trying to say. That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then when's Charles here? Gold Coast?
June.
June?
Yeah, near the
Bro,
end of June.
that's coming up pretty
Yeah,
fast.
I know.
Yeah. Will Yosh do that one?
If he's got his passport by then.
I think he's got it now, right? Or
Well,
got
yeah, he should.
citizenship?
Yeah, he has, but he's gonna wait for his passport.
What would he do? Under 99?
Of course, again, yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
Of
I
course.
think he should do over 99, bro.
No, under 99 is good for him.
A good division.
Under 99's been
was
pretty stacked.
Yeah, that was stacked last division. Nico won. Nico's been killing it. Nico had a good match with
Marigali. Yeah, that was actually a great match.
Mergali, yeah.
Marigali's back.
Marigali's back.
I think if anyone can like
Was
be
it
the
recovery
new
chamber?
the new king of like the
Right.
heavyweights, definitely Marigali.
I think he injured his shoulder 3 times. So initial
So 3
dislocation.
surgeries?
Yeah, initial dislocation with what's his name again?
So do you reckon it's constant like
Michael Priestley?
sublexes?
Yeah, he keeps returning to sport too fast, but I think he's done enough rehab and probably enough
that-
gear to come back.
That's another thing I wanted to ask as well. Is that a common symptom as well? Like just when the shoulder starts like fucking out in general the joint, is that one of the main symptoms that like you can tell like
Well, the shoulder joint's quite interesting because you want to think about it in terms of like a golf tee, yeah? So you have like the scap, it's like the hip socket, the hip is like that, yeah? So it's like no one really dislocates a hip.
A ball and socket?
Yeah, ball and socket, but they're both ball and socket, yeah? But the difference is with the shoulder joint, it's a bit like a golf ball on a tee. So then the issue is that the articulation between both, the contact of the joint is not too much, but it's the muscular structures that are supporting it, yeah? So it's a lot easier to injure than the hip. But the benefit of that is that the shoulder joint has a lot more range of motion. If you think about how much the hip has, not too much, yeah? Unless you're like
Maybe
Asian.
your hips, bro.
Yeah. Unless you're Asian or something like that. But the shoulder joint moves throughout multiple degrees, yeah? So you have to do a lot more rehab. It's a lot more finicky. And you have to be a lot more strident about rehab, yeah, and time delays. The hip, you can probably get away with a few things, yeah. No one's really dislocating their hip. Like, how many cases have you heard someone
The main, would you say the main problem as well? Like, because you say with the, what are the most common shoulder injuries? Like, what is the most common one you say, like?
in combat sports or just in general?
And okay, both. In general, general populace, like general populace.
Yeah. General populace is generally a supraspinatus tear. Supraspinatus, so the muscle that results in abduction and external rotation, because a lot of overhead and internal rotation movements are required throughout the day.
How would you get into it as well? If you were to get into that type of muscle rehab, like, ways to exercises to strengthen that area and rehab it.
Yeah.
And techniques in terms of like soft tissue to actually help with recovery as well. Like, would you do you get it through here? Do you needle over here, etc.? Like, I'm going full physio podcast.
You just got to strengthen it as much as possible, and then all the needling and the soft tissue work is for symptoms. Yeah. So, for example, if someone's actually injured it, they're going to need a bit of the manual therapy, the TLC, for the initial start. And then what you want to be doing is a lot of strengthening work, eventually progressing from bands to body weight to weight in general.
What kind of movements for strength?
I like to prescribe just the basics. You don't have to be too crazy with it. Depending on what they've had, I usually do internal and external rotation at 90 degrees. And then also I like a military press, loading that. And I also...
Overhead presses.
Yeah. And then also a full range of motion lateral raise. Those are like the main ones that I like, because if you think about it, there's a lot of movements that are like, especially in jiu-jitsu, where someone's lifting your arm up from that position to take into overhead. Yeah. Oh, is there something? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Taking that arm up into overhead. So definitely important to strengthen that area. But yeah, not a lot of jiu-jitsu people even do strengthening in general. So it's like it's an uphill battle, like in terms of trying to get them to do S&C.
Would you say like in terms of like the muscles around it? And compensating, what do you think the most deficient area, like the common populace has in terms of shoulder health versus the more different athletes, like, you know, in what sports? Like,
it's actually a misconception that like athletes differ from normal people. Misconception in the sense that like LeBron James' strength and conditioning should look similar to your strength and conditioning or my strength and conditioning. Where people go wrong is that they try to over specialize their strength and conditioning for the specific sport. No, let the sport do the specialization and let the strength and conditioning just help you with recovery and injury prevention and a little bit of performance. But bro, like I always tell people, before you were the age of 10, it was decided for you whether you're going to be an NBA athlete, That was decided, No amount of strength and conditioning is going to help you become an NBA athlete, The good thing about... So this is the only sport, I think, right now where it differs in that sense. I think right now, because we're at the rudimentary stage of MMA and also jiu-jitsu, probably the generation after... Probably our generation... We could have started later, 15, 16, and gotten pretty high. The generation after us, if you haven't started at 6, 7, 8, you're cooked. Because now you're getting more kids like Mika coming up through and all that stuff.
The general standard, like it's like the bars raised in that sense.
What about getting a base in like other sports? So like, I don't know, gymnastic, and then then you
Going
go
from
to
there.
from that.
It's
to
not-
like
it's
jiu-jitsu
not
or
bad.
something.
I think-
Or like Kensei going from judo to
Yeah. I think
jiu-jitsu.
I think it's definitely good. I think in general for kids, if you can just get them their body awareness
Yeah.
and
Get them
you-
doing the most athletic things they can.
and you don't want to over. It's interesting because the Asian countries and the Western countries have two different models. Asian countries don't really care if the reason Western countries are like don't over specialize is because burnout, yeah, and also injury risk, yeah. You get a kid doing specific sports so early, they get burnt out. They're like, I hate this, I don't want to do it. And on top of that, they get more injuries, yeah? Asian countries, they do not give a crap. Reason why? Their population is 1 billion, yeah? They're like, man, if you get burnt out, see you later. We got like 40 other kids that want to do this, yeah? So you actually see it somewhat in the results. I think one sport where you see Australia perform really well is swimming. Yeah, because people are born near the beach, they usually surf and they're swimming from a very young age. Yeah,
Where every kid does swimming lessons.
yeah,
Every
yeah,
kid.
yeah. So I think there's two different reasons, but like, what was the question?
No, it was originally me asking about like just physios things with the body. We moved on to like talking about the supraspinatus. And the
Yeah,
shoulder,
yeah, yeah.
The most common shoulder injuries
Yeah.
you have with the general populace and the athlete.
Yeah, yeah.
And you talked about, and now you expanded on like there's a big misconception like people
Yeah,
treat athletes.
yeah,
as-
yeah,
Training's the same.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Like I then again, but it's like it's also the thing is by understanding that though you can see like understand like not make a prediction, but sort of make a better understanding in the sense where what forces are they exposed to.
yeah,
Like it's like you would see like with a striker and stuff like that, like they'll fast twitch, you
Yeah.
know, a lot of fast twitch, a lot
Yeah.
of rounded shoulders
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
yeah.
And then like now if you got somebody else like okay, what other sport do they play that's more
Yeah.
like sort of your upright posture?
So in
Could you
general,
say- yeah.
if I was
What
programming,
would that be? Sprinting, I guess.
Yeah.
Long distance running.
if I was programming for anyone, what I'll do is that I'll give them a yearly program, so like a general, GPP program, general physical preparedness program that runs a year round. Then when they're getting closer into their sport, what I would do, like just say you had a match, like a jiu-jitsu, judo, like a MMA match, yeah. Let's just think about you in the UFC MMA match, yeah. What I'll do is that around about 8 weeks out when you're in camp, I would actually get you to reduce, firstly, the load that you're carrying. I'd also get you to reduce the range of motion you're taking the movements through. But keep intensity still somewhat high. Reason being is that I don't want your strength sessions to be affecting your training sessions for the 10 weeks. During that 10 weeks is not the goal to get
So how
stronger
do you
or
keep
faster.
the intensity high if you reduce the weight and the range of motion?
No, sorry, not reduce the weight, you reduce the volume.
If anything,
sorry.
the approach is always
Yeah.
it's coming
Yeah.
back to periodization.
Yeah.
It's always going to come
Yeah.
back to that.
So I misspoke on that. You reduce the volume. Yeah, volume because you don't have to get too sore. Usually volume is the factor that creates DOMS.
wear and tear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
versus intensity can be just you imagine you're at the gym. You can lift any weight for literally 2 sets of 5 reps, like anything.
Could
yeah.
you say this? You want the nervous system as well to be in like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
This is the thing. 'Cause
Exactly.
that's the thing when the nervous system is like
Taxed.
Bro, you like whoa.
Yeah.
You feel that, man.
But that's how I'll do it. And a lot of people in jiu-jitsu, they're just like, bro, just dummies, bro. They just watch like I would say like there's a lot of misinformation out there. People are not willing to pay for the knowledge. They just look at it, they go chat GPT. But a better way would be understand the concepts, get years of training underneath, like lifting a barbell. Once you develop a baseline level of strength, then we can finesse a few things, yeah? It's like a white belt coming to you and saying, oh, I don't want to learn anything. I just want to learn an armbar. I'm like, bro, shut the hell up. You need to learn everything. Like you have no place or no right to be saying. And that's what mainly the education is. Like some guys like to me, oh, I really like this movement. I'm like, okay, bro, I don't care what you like, bro. You're going to do what I tell you to do, yeah? Get good at the squat, bench, deadlift. Deadlift is variable based on like how, you want to feel. Like I just don't like I've injured myself, so I don't like deadlift. My bias right now.
What is your what is your favorite method of deadlift? What do you like using?
Varies for everyone. Some people like trap bar because it places the weight. You're in the center of the mass of the weight, so less load on the back, more vertical. Can use more quads.
But I've heard the downside of that, it can sway.
Yeah. There's gonna be, it actually all just varies on individual preference. Similar, that's a question similar to like, what feet width should I go when squatting? It's gonna vary for you, to me, to him, based on what feels comfortable and what gives us the most range of motion. So it's really hard. That's why I tell people, man, it's like, you got to just try. Like similar in jits, like when you hear people that are like, nah, I don't like that move. You're like, bro, you just learnt it. Why don't you put a few months under your belt and then see what it actually feels like before you disregard something? But people are too easy to be like, oh, I tried that, but you know what? I looked at LeBron James and he's not doing that, so I'm not doing that. I'm like, bro, shut up, yeah? But it's always like a...
So with the deadlift specifically, I always hear people say it's like super injury prone.
Yeah.
Is that mainly form? Like if you have good form, is a chance of injury like super...
Yeah.
Back to that thing again, is people go into these compound lifts, but like they fail to understand like it takes like you got to get the form right, and then before and they want to add so much weight fast.
Yeah.
And that's always the problem, particularly if they come from like a scenario of like completely doing fuck all.
Yeah.
And as you get tired, your form's gonna...
Right.
Nervous system nervous system can't like it can't like recruit like the neuron units, the motor neurons.
Yeah.
Would you
Big
say?
misconception. A lot of physios will say form is not important. Yeah, it's a big thing. Like, oh, there's no correlation between form and rate of back injuries during deadlift. Yeah, I used to think that. I disagree with that. I think there is something. This is why you listen to research, but take it with a grain of salt. Not everyone has come from the baseline standard of training. Not all the controlled trials are the same. Everyone varies. Yeah. So after you get a few years, if you speak to anyone, if you are going to lift heavy, form will break down no matter what. If you're deadlifting 500 kilos, I don't care, your back will start rounding. You're lifting weight. However, initially for lightweight and going into medium weight, which more jiu-jitsu people are, I would try to optimize their form so that they're not putting strain on structures that don't need to be placed strain on. It's similar to jiu-jitsu where it's like you'll teach someone like and this is the perfect
technique.
But
when you're rolling, it might come out a bit sloppier.
And it doesn't matter, because it's effective.
Going back again to form, I was talking about like form, like we always break down, but always like form, like always got to be there. Is it like, would you say, would that be because the form, like in certain forms, you can recruit the different muscle groups that are actually required for that task or better suited for that task?
Yes, correct.
And it's like, lift with your knees, not with your back, etc. And like it goes back to the thing again, you get the correct form, learn how to recruit the right muscle groups to do these things. Like you'll see, like when we talk about compensation, like common one with the overhead, like overhead press is a common one. People use the lower back and the neck mainly, as opposed to the actual lats and the shoulders.
For sure.
The posterior shoulder.
But the main thing the issue is you're getting these guys that haven't trained anything and they're trying to take this concept into their own training, and you're like, again, you don't have the right to be doing this. Like, you should be trying to optimize your form. Like, get that down, then add the weight, And on top of that, the most common injury, 95% of the injuries that come through are they've done too much, too fast, The person that just gets too eager, too fast. And I'm like, man, think about the long term. No one is going to get strong from a 10-week program. But why do people sell 10-week programs? Because telling someone that they're going to get strong over years does not sell, but telling someone that they're going to get strong over 8 weeks will sell.
It's the psychology.
It's good and it's good it's just the reality of things. Think about our training, right? There's probably 1 in 100 people that came into jiu-jitsu, and this is the exception, not the rule. And you're like, oh, this guy's phenomenal. Calvin came in and he's like, you're like,
well, even at the start. No, it was like maybe a year or two in that. Like, oh, this guy's super talented.
You probably would have seen people come in and this guy has a lot of talent.
You see it heaps.
But this is 1 in 100. Let me tell most of the people, you are not the 1 in the 100.
And as soon as as soon as you accept that, though, it's a good thing. So now, like, but that's the thing, like, it's that psychology of being told that you can get it in a short amount of time. Is always appealing to people. It applies on that, but like, you don't understand anything worthwhile. It takes 100%. Time.
Well, that's like jiu-jitsu.
Well, that's if you're not that one guy, you have to accept, hey, I'm not going to be that guy.
Yeah. But yeah, jiu-jitsu is interesting now because I think it's getting closer to wrestling and judo, where it's like
bit more professional.
if you haven't been doing it, if you haven't,
methodologies is more professional.
Yeah.
We talked about this.
and if you haven't been doing it since you were younger, you're pretty much cooked. Yeah, you're cooked. You're like, there's no more starting the game late. MMA is an interesting one. I'm not.
But I think that's where it depends on your background, because maybe if you've done things that could help with grappling,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like, you know, Cabrina, I think he started
Yeah.
like that kind of movements.
Yeah.
Like if he's done all that work, him learning a jiu-jitsu move is probably like
Gonna
a
be
million
easier.
times
See how
easier.
they train like the nervous system, like
Yeah.
to have strength and recruit strength.
Yeah.
And like range of motion, like a gymnast, like they would be able to balance like hard to sweep, etc.
Oh, yeah.
But then if you get a guy who's just like, okay, he does a lot of like weightlifting, does he bodybuild, etc. Very strong, but certain things like range of motion and stuff may be like limited.
Yeah. If I could advise anyone to do anything, is that if they're in their 15 to 20 years starting jiu-jitsu, maintain and keep your flexibility
As you put on size.
as you put on size. A lot of people
Note
focus
that.
too much on
Note
strength.
that.
Yeah, put on too much strength, and they don't maintain the mobility and flexibility through stretches. And I would argue that it's actually more important, because as you age, the first thing to go is your mobility and flexibility. But you see 40-year-olds and they're jacked to the gills. Like you're like, oh yeah, it's a lot easier to maintain that than it is your laxity. Yeah, and then just go from there.
Because you do see now, like, because the level of athleticism now in jiu-jitsu, it's getting really high in that sense. But like you'd see in the other grappling sports, like in judo and wrestling, sambo, those the skill, the athleticism like level like was so high there. Like you're seeing like dude, they'll defend singles and going full like front splits, like sprint, and it's like not even getting scored on stuff like that.
Well, I think their training is quite interesting in the sense that they put more. I think because jiu-jitsu is such a plethora of knowledge, it's like
Goes back to this again. They're building the athlete first,
Yeah.
and then they're cultivating the technician.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to what you said, like how Cabrino was like the capoeira and stuff before. But then what do you get? A lot of people, like we talked again, like from like high education backgrounds, like a lot of white collar people, like the general populace in the previous generation of the jiu-jitsu at the time was, I think, that like that Node Assassin, you see guys like John Danaher, and then like when those two come together as well.
Yeah.
But I think the athleticism in jiu-jitsu is picking up, and it's just going to get harder and harder to make it into a professional career if you're not emphasizing your
Speaking
S&C.
of that as well, got Oliveira and Holloway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go Oliveira.
Yeah, I think
Yes, please, but I
Oliveira.
want Oliveira with
Yeah.
heel hook.
The Bronx.
Or just any sub. Maybe
Yeah.
a knee bar would be
That'd be cool.
Who's actually on that card?
I'm not too sure. It's crazy that it's a rematch, eh?
Oh, it is too.
Yeah, 'cause-
He stopped him for yes.
Yeah.
What are we getting up? I was like, just realised that.
What
did
card is it?
Oh, it's 5:59 by the way. Yeah, we'll call it.
Okay, call it. Yeah,
Yeah,
good,
no.
good.
Good
It's going to be
podcast.
once a month.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a